Hey there, Ulti Zeta here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. In the last episode, I got annoyed because things were taking longer than I wanted them to. Honestly, I think that's the biggest annoyance I had in that episode. But otherwise, we caught Terrapagos. Here it is, Terrapagos. It's normal, so it is normal. Okay. Capable of taking hits. It sure is. I like Terrapagos' basic design as a little turtle thing. I think it's cute. I didn't really talk about it that much. I don't like its like big giant terrestrialization form design, but it's like whatever. It is what it is. Alright, well, that was the last episode. So, as far as we are concerned, we've beaten more or less everything now. Not quite everything, but a good chunk of stuff. Anyways, in the last episode, at the very end, we got called over here, so let's go find out what this is. Hello. I'm well rested now. You're writing up everything. And get a copy of the book. She behaved recklessly. She gives me her book. Here's my Terra Orb. Okay, so we get free terrestrialization. Neat. The Terrarium Core. So now there's Stellar Pokemon here. Stellar type grants a boost to moves, but only once per move type. After you use a move, no other moves of that same type will get the boost. In Terra Raid battles, all moves will be boosted without limit. Okay, it finally explains Stellar now. Got it. Okay. Would have been nice to get that explanation earlier, but whatever. I guess that was kind of the point, is to throw you into things without quite understanding. Hello. Do you give me flight? I assume you do, because Kieran withdrew himself. You're the person who talks like a robot. Here you go, Agias. You know, here's the awkward thing about that joke. The Agias joke. Because I kind of glossed over it the first time. It doesn't work in the main games. That's an anime thing for Pokemon to say their names. The only one who ever did that in the games is Pikachu. Everything else goes rah. So, like, the idea of Koraidon saying Agas and Amoris thinking that that's its name doesn't work in the games. Press the left stick while gliding. Okay. Well, now we can fly freely, so that's neat. And in here, the director wants to speak with me. Hello. I'm the league champ. It's so-so. It's so-so. Great. Doesn't matter. We can invite people to the school. Yay, everyone's favorite thing. So I think this is where we would fight and find Rika if we did that thing. The thing I mentioned a couple episodes back. I mentioned, like, oh, you could fight Rika, but I don't think you can do that here. Well, that's worthless. Alright. Just for my own sake. Just for my own sake. We're flying to that. Exciting. Fascinating. I think it's getting closer. Yeah, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. Man, they really made it high up here, huh? How does anybody else get here? Doesn't look like there's any sort of, like, mechanism to, like, reach up here, you know? No, like, suspension cables, no elevators, no nothing. Do they just use a gigantic-ass ladder? I don't know. This is Pokemon. Maybe they get an Abra to teleport. I'm in the canyon biome. You can see I crossed over to it in the minimap. Alright. You know what? In the other area, I never did find that route for, like, little items. Alright. Stellar Terra Shard. Gold bottle cap. And the ability patch. Where is it? It's at the top. Of course it is. Alright. Yay. Can I use this on anybody? Didn't think so. Okay. Well, with that, you might be wondering what else is there for me to do. Why was the last episode not the last episode? There is an epilogue to the game. This is the quest that is specifically, like, you can't do until you have done the gym leader stuff from the post-game stuff, you know, like the Academy tournament thing. So, I believe what we do is fly to Kitakami? I think to activate this epilogue, for one thing, at the very start of this playthrough, I got a mystery gift, I'm pretty certain. Yeah, we get the mythical Pecha Berry. So this is when that finally gets used. I don't... There's somebody who you talk to around here There's some sort of situation that now that we've beaten the game, somebody around here, maybe, does something? I don't know, you can tell that I'm, like, unfamiliar. If I can't find it on my own, I'll, like, Google it. You don't want to eat mochi. You're cleaning. Oh, good. More things to wear that I don't want to wear. Who do I talk to for this? I really would have thought it would have been obvious, but there's not many people to even talk to around here, is the thing. Maybe I'm in the wrong town? Oh, hello. What did you hear? Apparently you've heard... Oh, I was talking to Swinub, apparently. Okay, I don't know who to talk to, so let's look that up. It is over. It is by the shop. What the heck? I thought it was the shop, but I don't understand. It says interact with the decorations, I guess. But all I can do is talk. Jeez, okay, fine. How are you supposed to find that without Googling that? I knew to come here, I remembered the store, and I came over here and nothing happened. You have to go out of your way to talk on the fucking left side where there's nothing there. That is... How do you know to do that? I don't understand. Whatever. Anyways. Hi. I'm having all kinds of big adventures, Arvin. School trip, studying abroad, what luck. It's not a big deal. One crazy thing after another since we came to school. He wants to visit me. We can go home for the first time ever. And the thing is gone. The hidden treasure of Area Zero Epilogue. Mochi Mayhem. Dripping ooze. Well, okay. Let's get this started, shall we? This is probably going to be the last 2 episodes of this Let's Play, is my guess. But who knows, maybe it'll be more. Alright, let's go home for the first time. Where the hell is home? That's the wrong direction. Because they rotate the map all the time, you never know what direction is what. I kind of wish it would just stay centered unless you pressed a button to rotate it. But whatever. Quality of life just doesn't exist. Hi, Penny. Long time no see, you three. You're all here. This is all my fault. These two overheard. We weren't gonna just let you hog the chance to visit Oldie. It's way more fun to roll together. Who wants a bunch of uninvited guests? Uninvited guests, that's just rude. I agree with Arvin. They could have at least let me know. but it's also not a problem. We're not allowed to cause any trouble for me. I don't know who you think you're educating here, but sure, whatever. Well, that was such a great meal, apparently. She's so pretty. Her brain glitched. Yeah, I have actual things in my room that makes it feel slightly lived in, even though there's no door and it's just an upstairs loft. It's Nintendo Switch! You have to tell me what games you got on this thing. A little known thing called Pokémon Scarlet. Among other things. I love this Squovit plush. You don't want to be a hassle. Hey, Arvin took off his backpack. Impressive. It's from Kieran. Hi. How did Kieran know my address? How come Arvin took off his backpack but nobody else did? Dear Ulti, how are you doing lately? He's in Mosui Town. He wants to catch up. Swing a visit to Kitakami. He's a friend. Guess that's good for you. Snacks. Yay. Is this a thing with most people's mothers where they will cook big meals and then make snacks and sugar and candies and whatnot? Like, if I ever had friends over, we just usually ate out. Like, well, not ate out, but we just like would order from a restaurant usually. I cannot think of a single time in which case when I was in like elementary school or middle school or high school or whatever, where when I had friends over, we ate home cooking. That's just, I cannot think of a single thing, and certainly never making fucking snacks. I hardly am lucky to have gotten cakes on my birthday, and even then, that's, I guess that just is a telling thing about my family. But like, I don't know. I guess it's more of a thing of like, is this a common thing or what? I don't know. Home cooking was never like a special people are over sort of deal. Penny apparently doesn't have any manners. We are all gonna go because I have the tickets for it. We're definitely going. This Kieran kid was a champion of a Super Elite Battle Academy. I gotta meet him. Gotta battle him. Well, it's that obvious. We just invited ourselves along on this trip without asking. We got the tickets! The guy said to bring friends, and we're those friends! Friends equals us, ergo we get the tickets. This will be my first time going on a trip with friends. It's kind of scary and exciting at the same time. I don't think I've ever taken a trip with a friend either. Nimona, you have a housekeeper? Are you rich? Why is this the first indication of that kind of thing? Wild. They left already. It's time to go have one last adventure with the whole gang. The main group and the Kitakami group. Mezagoza is over here, apparently. That's the wrong button. Right, Mezagoza is the main town. The Academy town. Hi, everybody. We've got food. My gosh, Dad, would you just drop it? I told you friends. I'm going with friends. You don't need to be worried about it. We are perfectly capable of taking care of ourselves. No, it's not going to be an adventure. No one says that. Suddenly I'm too tired for any of this. Did you get your old man's okay to go? Yeah, in the end. But I had to put up with this ultra-mega annoying dad talk to do it. Do these terms sound familiar? Because they should. I don't quite know how the family lineage works, considering he had a son... He had a daughter, I'm pretty certain otherwise. Unless I'm misremembering that DLC. But apparently Penny's father is... What's his name? Peony? The dude from the Gen 8 DLC. The Crown Tundra, who kept getting hypnotized by Calyrex to talk. So, Penny's British. Maybe that's why she gets special privileges. I don't know. Let's go. And now they go to Kitakami. Something really easy for me to do, but the whole group's gotta come, so they gotta make it a little bit more wacky and specific. Not wacky, more like dedicated. Dedicated's the word I'm looking for. I don't know why wacky came into my mind. It smells different than Paldea. Car sick. I guess. Who drove us? Oh, bus ride, yes. Read the full sentence, brain. So we got off a plane and then took a bus. Okay, I understand now. I didn't know if we get signal here. I had to load up on internet goodness while I could. That's the stuff you do before the trip, Penny. Haven't you? I guess she hasn't taken a trip before, so you're excused. Anyways, nameless caretaker. Hello. You can sleep at the community center. Free inn. He doesn't have a smartphone. How is this kid even alive? Must not want any distractions from training. Let's go meet up with Kieran. I do at least like this as like an epilogue to have like the two groups meet up and interact with each other. And bring back the main group. After all the nonsense of dealing with Kieran and Carmine. I don't really know how these interactions go, is the thing. I never really watched this one. So I only know vague rumblings about how this epilogue works. It's been a long time. Yeah, about, I don't know, 20 minutes? Thanks so much for coming. Sorry I couldn't come meet you at the bus stop. Things have been crazy at home. Are you back to normal now? Hello. We're here too. These are my friends. You're Kieran, yeah? Ulti told us all about you. Like how you're great at Pokemon battles, right? I don't know about that, but... Dial it back a notch, or 9. You're scaring him. I'm Penny. Unlike a certain someone, I'm fine with taking friendships nice and slow. And I'm Arvin, Ulti's absolute best friend. Taking your claim right from the get-go, huh? Well, I'm Kieran. I met Ulti when she came here for that school trip. That's when we became friends. What else? Oh, I'm a student at Bluebeard Academy. I was a student there. I'm on a break right now. Really? I know how that goes. Same thing happened to me. Penny, don't go sympathizing with the enemy. I thought I could count on you to at least keep this interloper at arm's length. I get the feeling we're pretty alike. Your friends seem like a quirky group. A friend of Ulti's is a friend of mine. It'll be a good time staying in Kitakami. Thanks, now let's battle! What? That space in front of the community center looked like a good battle spot. Vamos, come on. Does she want me to go with her? Am I supposed to go battle her? Yep. You're probably gonna crush her, but it might be a close one. You at least know how to use items. Oh no, I think we might have made a terrible mistake. This Kieran kid might actually be a good guy. Of course he is, he's friends with Ulti. Yeah, that's true. Well, head to the community center. Okay. There's no battle going on. They're just standing there. Hi. They don't. Do they say who wins? I got completely destroyed. Okay, so Nemona's better than Kieran. Surprising, honestly. I guess it's mainly just comparing their two teams. I feel like I had greater struggle. I feel like Kieran had a better team. Just off the top of my head. I don't know. She's a champion in the Paldea region. Okay, yeah, makes sense that she's so good then. Well, at least Kieran has taken the loss better. I couldn't beat you. Does it really matter whether you win or lose? Pokemon battles are a blast. So really, all that should have happened last time is sending Nemona to this school. And Kieran would have been solved. Hi. It was fun. He had a lot of fun. See? Hi, Carmine. What's this? Mo. Oh. This is what this is. The context for this doesn't really help it in any capacity. There's no way that's what's going on here. Pick her up and drag her off as she does a chicken dance while screaming about mochi, whatever the hell mochi is. I know it's a food, but then that's as far as my knowledge goes. You don't want to stay with your sister? She should be okay. Gramps and Grandma look after her during the day, but they must have taken their eyes off her for just a sec earlier. Sorry for making you help out with all that. No big deal. Happy to help. Is everything okay with her? She's not usually like that. That's a relief. He was just really excited to get to meet you all. You really think that's what that was? That's gotta be why she's dancing that weird dance and screaming mochi mochi. How long has she been doing that? She's been like that since I sent you that letter, Ulti. She was already dancing and all by the time I woke up the next day. No explanation. I guess that really isn't normal, is it? Maybe the other folks in town are right. Maybe this really is a curse. A curse? This trip took a real sudden dive into horror movie territory. I know zilch about curses, but could something like this have happened before? You ever heard any old stories or legends about it? I don't know. Ulti already took care of the whole thing with the Ogre Pond in Loyal 3. Sheesh, Ulti, you really roll on through this little town like a hurricane, huh? My sis may have no filter, and be inconsiderate, and push people's buttons, but I'd still rather see her be her old self than whatever this is. Yeah, for sure. If there's anything you can think we can do to help, just say the word. What? Sure, we'll help you out. I definitely don't believe in horror movie tropes like curses anyway. If we get the battle curse, I'm so here for it. You guys sure? You don't mind? You can count on us. Thank you. It's too late to start today, but I'll be real grateful if you can help me out tomorrow. We're gonna have a proper welcome party tonight at the community center. She can just keep dancing for the rest of the time, apparently. Alright. So, like, again, I've seen rumblings of all this stuff. I knew there was, like, a weird dance in, like, a form of hypnosis, because that's what that is. It's hypnosis. There's an evil villain Pokemon thing, and it's hypnotizing people, is the point. But I didn't know exactly the context of which it would show up. I got some soda. Sugar and carbonation, my two love languages. There's nobody there, so I left money on the counter. There was one mochi left. Kieran, do you have any idea how to change the channel on this TV? Playing the same tourism video. The caretaker hid the remote somewhere. Find that clicker. Okay. Is this something that we actually do? How about this, then? Whoever finds the remote gets to decide what we do. Okay. I'm gonna be frank. I did not know where this was. I was just like, well, I'm going to just press the A button on anything, and I'm gonna go from right to left. In the room. And it just so happened to be the first thing I clicked on. Maybe there was like some sort of subconscious memory of this somewhere, but like, it was not an active memory of anything here. I was just like, I don't know. I saw Kieran in the back, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the right, especially because Penny also went to the left. Maybe it does kind of direct you in that sort of area, because Penny goes to the left, and you can see Kieran in the top, so it's like, okay, I'll go to the right then, and it's just in the planter. I don't know. Whatever. It's just funny. Nemona's missing. He's probably outside. Let's go look outside. Hooray! Go find Nemona. Hello? There's some people out. Try to tell with the sun down, but I think those are two workers from the orchard. Orchard? Oh god, it's coral chambers all over again. I hate the CH syllable, apparently. Hi. They're gonna be hypnotized! They're gonna start dancing at us! Mochi! And now they're trainers who are gonna fight us. They can stop dancing in order to strike poses at us. Mochi Mochi. Cool. What's with them all of a sudden? Why are they attacking us? And why do they have really strong Pokemon if they're random workers? Kieran and I... Wait, Kieran, I thought you had a Politoed. You have a Poliwrath and a Politoed? I mean, I guess I had that once as well. Aya sent out a Victory Bell. And Sheeg sent out Noctowl. Kieran and I make a pretty good team. If I'm gonna one-shot the Victory Bell, we're just gonna kind of wipe these two. I feel bad about it, but the only thing we can do is battle them until they calm down. Yeah! We defeated them! Mo. Let me guess, you say Chi? Yes, you say Chi-Chi. That scared the snot out of me. What's gotten into them? They were perfectly fine when I saw them yesterday. Now there's a weird purple gas floating around them. They're acting like Carmine. You're right, the weird dancing and yelling. It's what my sis was doing. Can't believe Nimona vanished at a time like this. Well, look who it is! She's running off. We're gonna go to Kitakami Hall. And just leave these people here. He starts to do the dance for 5 seconds before immediately stopping. Everyone's just dancing around here now. The hypnotic purple gas influences spread. But nobody wants to battle us. The thing I'm not quite sure about is why... I guess we'll find out, but like, what is the goal of the hypnosis? Is it just what the Pokemon does? Or is there some sort of greater goal? I suppose we'll find out. Either way, I'm gonna do... there's only a couple more battles left in the entire game. And here's one of them. I think. No. Hello. Okay, so they're totally fine. What are you both doing here? Is Carmine okay? Slow down, one question at a time. Carmine is alone sleeping in her room. She must have tuckered herself out with all that dancing. We thought we'd step out while she slept to get some of her favorite noodles from the stall here. Taste of her favorite food might help snap her out of whatever's going on with her. Were you asking about some girl? Everyone in town is acting all weird, and one of the girls who came here from Paldea went missing. She's wearing a school uniform, because it's the only outfit we're allowed to wear, except Penny. You spoke with her, dear. What did she say? Have some mochi. They're donuts? Here, have some mochi. The mochi is hypnotic. I hope that his body is old enough that doing this dancing isn't going to completely destroy them. Okay, so this is a battle. And also, where the hell did the plate of mochi go? And also, like, why is she able to, like, form coherent sentences in order to be like, hey, please have mochi. But then they're not able to say anything else beyond that. I don't understand the mechanics of this hypnosis. And also, where did the plate of mochi go? Apparently they're donuts. Sure. Why not just... I was gonna say, why not just localize them into donuts, but I mean, they are probably, like, a different thing. Still. Because otherwise they would just be donuts. But I don't know what makes them any different. The game has not elaborated, and I don't know, it's just an awareness thing, I guess. I don't know what this is. I don't know. It might as well be donuts, I guess. Use belly drum. I was relying on you to use like a water type move and kill the Chandelure, because now the Chandelure's probably gonna... Okay, never mind. Good job, Kieran. Computer sent out wheezing. I'm just gonna Shadow Ball the Chandelure. Never mind. Okay, well, it's probably going to use Earth Power on the Chandelure now. So I'll kill the Wheezing this time. Ow. Kieran, please just kill the Chandelure. Pickle Beam? That's not Earth Power! Kieran! Whatever. Mochi! Mammoth Slime. Apparently that's super effective. Ice Shard. Okay. Yay! I profited from this. Mochi Mochi. Eat Mochi. And now we know that Penny's also... not Penny. Nemona's also been affected! Wrong girl. Because we heard her say that she ate a snack. I'm gonna end up like all the rest of them. Calm down. Just don't eat the mochi and we'll be fine. We saw how it happens in front of our eyes. Eat other foods. Eat healthy. Eat your greens. Hi. How are you guys? Penny got herself all spooked. We haven't heard from you in a while, so we gotta step outside, and things are weird out here. Everyone's shouting Mochi Mochi. We can spot you anywhere. We're holding tight by that Peachy's place. There's something there. It's a zombie infestation. Sort of. They're hypnotized. Don't eat the mochi and you'll be fine. Okay, well, we gotta head over to Peachy's. It's very funny considering, like, they're like, oh my god, everything's going crazy and wrong. But, like, characters were literally just standing around doing nothing by the time we were here before. I like how Nurse Joy is, like... or whoever this is. It might be Nurse Joy, it might not be. But I like how she's completely unaffected. Do I have time to continue? I'll confront them in the next episode. They seem totally fine, which means they're obviously going to be cursed now. So, yeah, I think next time we'll do this, and I think we're getting onto, like, the ending bit of it, so... should be able to finish it in the next episode. If not, it's gonna be 2 more, so whatever. If it takes too long, then it's because of cutscenes, not because of battles. Because I don't think there's many battles left. I can think of, like, 3 maximum. 3 minimum battles, so, yeah. See you guys next time for more Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet.